It goes without saying that the men and women on ABC's The Bachelor have their fair share of secrets.
Like, people have written blogs that I have cankles, and sorry.
But they're not the only ones trying to hide something. The producers of the show have their own mysteries they'd rather keep hidden.
Don't grab his ass. That's the wrong.
But it's okay if I do it to you?
Yeah.
Here's a look at the untold truth of The Bachelor. Backstage scandal. Season 16 contestant Jamie Otis told Women's Health there are more of these producer/contestant relationships than viewers realize. They're always kept hush-hush. She bases this on the fact that she bumped into another contestant, who she didn't name, with one of the producers. This occurred as Otis was on her way to conduct one of her interviews for the show. According to Otis, the other contestant's face turned bright red, total giveaway that something scandalous had gone down. That wasn't the first time either. In season 14, Rosalind Papa was kicked off the show after she was caught in a relationship with one of the show's producers, who was subsequently fired.
You entered into an inappropriate relationship with one of our staffers. That staffer is no longer working with us because of what happened.
Host Chris Harrison told People, "She had a physical relationship with a producer on our show. You cannot do that. There is no gray area. Other girls on the show saw it. The producer confessed more than once and to more than one person." Contestants. According to Dr. Catherine Selden, resident psychologist on The Bachelor, all 50 finalists must complete a lengthy psychological evaluation. She explained, "We want to make sure that people are going to be okay with coping with the stress involved, and make sure that they are going to be offered the help that they need if it's the case. So if you think any of these ladies are crazy, know that a psychiatric health professional has verified that they are not." Season 16 winner Courtney Robertson revealed in her tell-all book, I Didn't Come Here to Make Friends, Confessions of a Reality Show Villain, that she was even given an STD test and was asked point-blank if she was on birth control pills. After this battery of tests is complete, each woman is then taken for camera tests to see how photogenic she is. The women are plied with alcohol. Many of us know that alcohol makes people more talkative and emotional. That must be why the producers of The Bachelor make sure that the women on the hit show have plenty to drink. Season 17 contestant Leslie Hughes revealed to the Daily Beast, "When I came in for Producers Weekend, I remember it was like 12 noon, and they were like, 'You want some champagne? Wine?' And I was like, 'It's 12 p.m. noon.' And they're like, 'Welcome to the Bachelor family.' All that booze has an even bigger effect because producers don't actually let the contestants eat during their dates. All those fancy dinners you see on the screen, they're just for show," according to former Bachelor Sean Lowe, who revealed in his book For the Right Reasons that producers faked it because no one looks good eating and microphones pick up all kinds of chomping. Don't worry though, the contestants aren't actually starved. They get room service off-screen before the date to make sure they aren't too famished. By any other name. The producers don't stop at just deciding who does and doesn't appear on The Bachelor. In addition to that, they have a say in how the rose ceremony is presented. Lowe revealed in his book that the show likes to put the most obvious choices first so that the drama builds towards the end of the ceremony with the rest of the women who are unsure of their status.
Julia. Sorry.
That makes sense, but one shocking detail you may not believe, those roses are actually fake. Which actually seems pretty appropriate if you think about it. All night long. If it ever seems like some contestants leave while there's still light out and others leave after the sun has gone down during the same episode, that's not your eyes playing tricks on you. Sometimes filming those ceremonies take forever, or at least it seems like it. Lowe revealed in his book that one of his rose ceremonies didn't end until 6 o'clock in the morning. Being awake and having to wait that long, it's no wonder the women cry when they don't get a rose. And that's par for the course. Bachelor director Ken Fuchs told The Hollywood Reporter that all those rose ceremonies go into the wee hours of the morning. There's a lot of women that The Bachelor needs to meet. Forget about doing a TV show. If you were in some situation where you were going to meet 25 women and at the end of the night select a handful to go home, you want to sort of get a sense of who's who and what's what. So that takes time. No wonder some of them don't make it.
But where's Corinne?
She's not here.
No, but seriously, where is she?
She's upstairs, resting.
Evil producers. Tears equal drama and drama equals good television, so it's not that surprising to learn that producers want to make sure tears flow. Former Bachelor producer Sarah Gertrude Shapiro, who created the Bachelor-inspired comedy Unreal, revealed in The New Yorker that her job was to get the contestants to open up to her, and then give them terrible advice, as well as to deprive them of sleep. She said that she sees it now as a complicated manipulation through friendship. Before the final rose ceremony, Shapiro described how she would raise the hopes of the ultimate loser. The night they were going to get dumped, I would go to the hotel room where they were staying and say, "I'm going to lose my job for telling you this, but he's going to pick you. He's going to propose." Shapiro did whatever it took to get a contestant to cry in the limo after being eliminated. I'd have arranged with the driver to have the song played just until I got a shot of her crying, then cut the music so I could start the interview. They'd often tell us to drive up and down the 405 until the girls cried, and not to come home if we didn't get tears because we'd be fired. Season 5 contestant Jessica Holcomb told Cosmopolitan that Shapiro viciously destroyed Holcomb's self-esteem in order to get some cheap tears. What I remember her saying was, "You've been very honest about all the girls here being so much prettier than you and skinnier than you and better than you. How does it feel to know that you were right?" It was very shocking, and then she just kept going on and on. It was just the meanest stuff ever. Make it work. If you ever wonder where the women on The Bachelor gets their outfits, the answer may surprise you. They all bring their own clothes. And that has caused some contestants to suffer some serious financial difficulties. Fashion blogger Dana Weiss told Mike that there are women in the past who cashed out their 401ks for the show, adding some have gone into serious credit card debt. Jillian Harris, the former Bachelor contestant turned Bachelorette, confirmed this on her blog, saying, "The girls do have to bring all of their own clothing, and of course, they want to be wearing the best clothes ever to be seen on TV in. I had to remortgage my house and I spent something like $8,000 on clothing." Bling-bang. According to Us Weekly, the ring Jeff Holm gave to Emily Maynard cost $68,000. Sean Lowe revealed in his tell-all book that Catherine's ring cost $75,000, and the ring Chris Soules gave to Whitney Bischoff, the one with the 3.6-carat diamond, cost in the neighborhood of $92,000, according to Us Weekly. Bustle reports the exact details of the ring have always been shrouded in mystery. It's not known for sure whether Neil Lane donates the ring in exchange for the promotion or if ABC foots the bill, but one thing is for sure, the contestants definitely don't have to put any money down. Whitewashing. Season 17 contestant Leslie Hughes told the Daily Beast that she was glad to help break down barriers, especially since The Bachelor has a pretty spotty record when it comes to casting minorities. From watching it from day one, there wasn't a lot of diversity. Contestants were always Caucasian, blonde, blue eyes, it was always the same. And she's not the only person to notice this. In 2012, two men named Nathaniel Claybrooks and Christopher Johnson filed a lawsuit against the show, alleging that its creator knowingly, intentionally, and as a matter of corporate policy refused to cast people of color in the role of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. The lawsuit has since been dismissed, and the show's producers announced in February 2017 that former Bachelor contestant Rachel Lindsay had finally been cast as the franchise's first non-white lead. Bad decisions. When asked in an interview with Us Weekly if he ever thought any of the Bachelors made the wrong decision, Bachelor and Bachelorette host Chris Harrison said, "You bet." He elaborated, citing Season 10 Bachelorette Andy Dorfman, who split from fiancé Josh Murray just 5 months after the world watched them get engaged. Harrison said, "She was happy for a while, but obviously I think she ended up probably with the wrong guy." Another match that was certainly not made in heaven was Season 14's Bachelor Jake Pavelka and his now ex-fiancée Vienna Girardi, who had a famously public breakup. Harrison said about the pair, "Obviously they were a little bit like oil and water. They did not get along very well together."
So you're done talking. Is there any part of you...
That's a first.
According to Ali Fedotowsky of Season 14, you spend so little time with the person you choose before the final rose ceremony. I would say you probably spend about 72 hours tops with the person you wind up choosing, and 12 of that is spent sleeping in the fantasy suite. You can't really get to know a person in that time frame. But probably the worst decision all of these people made, agreeing to appear on The Bachelor in the first place.
Sparkle. They said, "Terry, you have a sparkle. Do not let those girls take your sparkle away."
Thanks for watching. Click the list icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.